Hello, beautiful spirits. Once again, I don't want my video going down. Okay. So I am going to talk a little bit about groceries and the price of all of this stuff and how we can help ourselves and help others around by sharing information that's helpful. So this is not like my normal content, and that's okay. But if you live in Minnesota, as you know, like the rest of the world, things are getting even more expensive. The average price, I think, in Minnesota for eggs alone is like around $6. Target is the only cheapest place for eggs right now, and it's $5.99, and they are starting to limit how many you can, like, dozens you can buy. So, we're going to try and go to actually a farm. It is $14 for 30 eggs, which is, get a couple more eggs instead of spending the same amount at another place. So, anyway, rambled on there. In Minnesota, there is a few places I did research. Mike's Discount Grocery. The one I go to because it's closer to my home, even though it's a 40-minute drive, is in Hilltop, Minnesota, and it was worth it. When we got there, it was fair prices. Some of it was a little bit expensive, more than I could get like at Aldi's or something, so I would say make sure you have your phone out, have the app downloaded, and you can go and switch between just to make sure you're gonna have to do bouncing around stores to be able to make all of this work, but make sure that you're not overpaying. So the stuff that I could get cheaper at Aldi's, or I hate saying it, but I only shop Target when I have to, is, I price matched all of that, and then I'll get them at those other places. I don't do Walmart. If you have to do Walmart, I get it. Trust me, we're all trying to live and survive. I haven't shopped Walmart in, I think, about 8 years. I do not like Walmart. I had bad experiences working with them when I was 19, and I feel gross shopping there. It's just icky energy, and bad people who work there usually, or good people who get screwed over and then become bad people. Anyway, you can do Aldi's. If you have to, do Target. I get it. I try not to shop there as much as I possibly can, because I'm still kind of boycotting them because it's ridiculous. Do Mike's Discount. We got 36 items for $48. And it was mostly produce that I got from there, because it was nice and cheap. We got 3 bell peppers for $1. 3 bell peppers for $1. If you go to Aldi's or you go to Target or anything like that, right now, Target is like over almost $4 for 3 bell peppers, and that's the pack, and or $1.29 per pepper individually. I think Aldi's was like $2.99. So I'm just showing you as an example. They are cheap. Some of their stuff was a little bit more expensive. We even found they had a 50-pound pack of potatoes for $10. $10. So use Mike's Discount as you need. To me, it was worth the drive because we were able to actually afford getting at least a dozen of eggs and some butter and some other stuff, and that saved us so much money because I've been trying to eat healthy and lose weight, and the only way we were going to be able to do it is to go to Mike's Discount and make the drive, and luckily my car has good gas mileage, so it didn't break the bank too much. So we only have, to explain our situation, $150 every 2 weeks for me and my boyfriend. That $150 is not just for food. It is also covers our toilet paper, paper towels, shampoos, all of those other things too. So we're very limited, and we're trying to eat healthy, and we got to do the best that we can, And do we struggle? Yes. And have I had to get creative? Yes. And that's why I'm explaining some of this stuff. There is also in Minnesota, Ruby's Pantry. They are a pop-up pantry, meaning that they go to different locations. Sometimes it's a church, sometimes it's a community center. What you do is you go and give them $25, and then they will give you food. And they give you a lot of food. Usually it's big bags of potatoes, rice, and other stuff like that, but it's food. And what was it? There is, I can't remember, I always get them confused. There is one that is like Today's Harvest and Fair for All, something like that. You'll have to do some Googling on those two. One of them is a company who buys overstock product and they sell it at discount price as well. And it's like $10 for produce box and like $25 for a meat box. And that one's kind of nice. The other one, which I want to say is the Fair for All, is the one I'm going to just talk about now, is actually completely 100% free. None of the stuff I'm mentioning does any kind of income checks or anything like that. This place will let you go in. They are limited and you can go as many days as you want or need, but you can only shop one per day. And they have limited, what I mean is, if they have a big thing of cucumbers and they have a little sign that says you can take 2 cucumbers, that's all you can take, and so on and so forth. And it's completely 100% free. All you do is you go in, they give you a little thing, you walk around, you grab your stuff, you weigh the stuff so that way they know how much you took, and you walk out. That's it. There's no price, no nothing, none of that. I haven't been there yet. We're probably going to check that out at some time soon, but that is here in Minnesota as well. It's just a 30-minute drive as well for us. So, let's see, was there anything else I could think of? Those are really the only ones that don't do income checking, as far as I could tell, because like in our situation, we are literally just over that income, like by like a couple $1,000s, which we are not making a lot of money. So, that's fun stuff. Anyway, so check those all out. You got Mike's Discount Groceries. You've got Ruby's Pantry. You've got Harvest. What was it? Today's Harvest and Food for All, or Fair for All. Food for All, Fair for All. You'll Google it and it'll pop up and you'll know. And then you obviously got Aldi's in the shop Target only if you have to. Now, for food itself, when you're doing your grocery, making your lists and stuff like that, make sure that when you're doing your meal planning, because you're going to have to do meal planning and everything, yes, it's going to take more work, but if that's what you got to do to survive and make it through and continue to be able to eat, this is how you're going to have to do it. When you're doing meal planning, pick meals that have similar ingredients. So like, this is just an example. If you're doing tacos one day, do nachos the next day. Similar ingredients, just in a different style. Then you could do like a sub sandwich day where, because they all have similar ingredients, you're able to use it in a different way, and so on and so forth. So kind of like that. Pick things that have similar ingredients. Now, I could even take it a step further and be like, okay, well, we did, tacos, we did nachos, and then I did a sub sandwich. Okay, now I'm feeling more like an Asian dish. So now I'm going to do a rice dish that incorporates any leftover tomatoes, any leftover, and I mean, you could do canned tomatoes. We've had to do it before. We usually do Rotel, or the off-brand Rotel, stuff like that. Basically, do things like that. Make sure that they all have similar ingredients that you can use, and then that way you know, okay, this recipe calls for a cup of bell pepper, this one calls for, an entire bell pepper, whatever it is. Other thing is you're going to take your meat and you're going to make it spread. So add beans to it, add whatever you can to it to make it a larger amount, so that way it can spread through multiple meals. If you have any other questions, or you need something more explained, just put it in the comments and I will get back to you, okay? I am all for helping everybody. So I hope you all have a lovely day and this helped you, okay? Stay safe.